So the most hated and dreadful drive in New Braunfels is in Highway 46, and many people that live here already know that. I mean, it's over on the southwest side, over there by Coles. But one thing I bet you probably notice is how fast everything is changing out there. I mean, you got new construction everywhere. I mean, of course, traffic is crazy, but you're also starting to see more coming soon signs that you can even count. But guys, one thing I tell you, just tucked off of that busy corridor is a community that's flying so far under the radar. I want to highlight it today. And honestly, that's one thing about New Braunfels that makes it so special to live here. The community is called the Legacy of Lake Dunlap, and it's one of the few places in New Braunfels where you're going to still be able to find a new construction home that's going to have private access to Lake Dunlap. But not only that, it's going to be from some of the most trusted builders that you're going to find here in Texas. So guys, if you're searching for that perfect balance in between modern living and hill country lake life, but also have that affordability, this is a neighborhood that you're going to need to know about. So that's why today what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk you through is like what makes Lake Dunlap and the legacy of Lake Dunlap very unique, but also how it fits in the growing New Braunfels scenes. But I want to talk to you about the different builders, the floor plans, the pricing, but the lifestyle and the amenities are going to be being built there as well. Guys, but also I want to give you a few insider thoughts about what to expect with the location, the growth, but most dreadfully, the traffic that's in the area right now. So by the end, I'm going to make sure that you got the full picture of what it's going to be like to live there and whether or not it is the right fit for your next move. So let's start just where everything currently sits. And what I will tell you is like Legacy of Lake Dunlap stretches across about 60 acres on the southeast side of New Braunfels. It's about 2.5 miles when you turn down Highway 46. But one of the things that it really draws a lot of attention, it's right along the shores of Lake Dunlap. Now, for those of you that don't know, I mean, Lake Dunlap was recently restored after dam repairs, and it's quickly regaining its reputation as one of the most relaxing, but also recreation-friendly lakes in the region. And guys, the reason why that's such a big deal is because having just lake access communities in a town this size, it's very, very rare. And one thing great about this development, it's planned for roughly about 230 home sites, which makes it very mid-sized. So it's not so large that it feels like a big city of its own, but big enough to offer great amenities and strong builder variety as well. Now, one thing I'll tell you is like lots are going to range from 40 to 60 feet wide right now, but there are plans for future releases that are going to include half-acre waterfront properties, which some will literally back right up into the water. Now, more likely, those homes are going to be probably built on stilts. And guys, that's just due to the floodplain regulations and elevations, but the views and the privacy will be outstanding and incredible. And one of the location-wise, Legacy is about 10 minutes right now from downtown New Braunfels. Many would argue further because of traffic. And with that, you're looking at 15 minutes of green, but you're even closer to Seguin. And what I would tell you, it's close to the everyday conveniency, but far enough away that you're really going to get that lakeside retreat vibe. And yes, guys, if you're thinking, but what about that Highway 46 traffic? Guys, I know, I mean, you're not wrong. It's busy, it sucks, no doubt about it. But the good news is TxDOT does have major improvement that works, but the bad news is it's still in the planning phase. So for this corridor, including like expansions or to help handle the growth, it's not going to happen overnight, but it is happening. So that's one of the reasons early buyers at Legacy are going to see opportunity. Because, I mean, when you look at it, the area is going to look very, very different in a few years. And when I say a few years, you're probably really looking at 5 to 7 years. So what kind of homes are actually being built there? I mean, and who's building them? And guys, this is the fun part. Because what I will tell you is like Legacy of Lake Dunlap isn't just a one builder community. Instead, it's being developed by a group of top-tier home builders, with each one bringing its own style, floor plans, and price points, which is great for all homeowners who want to have a piece of a lake-style living. Now, the breakdown, the first one I'm going to tell you is going to be Pulte Homes is out there, and their homes are going to be registered in between about 1,600 up to about 3,600 square feet, in which is going to be typically 3 to 5 bedrooms, but they're starting out at the mid-360s. And look, they're great if you want solid value, modern design, and a smooth buying process, but they're mostly known for their functional layouts and quality finishes that's going to make sense for families or first-time buyers that are stepping up. Now, Highland Homes is also out there, but guess what? They're not going to be out there for long. And they're going to be building on primary 40-foot lots, which the homes are going to be in between 1,900 to 2,300 square feet. And they're starting around the 359 to 455 range. And one thing about Highland, it consistently ranks in high customer satisfaction. And their floor plans do feel much bigger thanks to all the tall ceilings and the smart use of space. But as I said, just a note for Highland Homes, they are selling out fast and they're selling their final lots as they're going to be moving out of the legacy of Lake Dunlaps. Now, Perry Homes, they're offering 40 and 50-foot lots, and those homes are going to be ranging from anywhere from 21 to 3,600 square feet, and they're going to start out in the upper threes, around about 390s. And the one thing I love about Perry, it's a great middle ground with great design options and attention to detail, but they do have some beautiful curb appeal as well. Now, one of my favorite sellers that are out there is going to be Toll Brothers, because they're a luxury anchor of that community, and they're going to have homes up to 3,900 square feet, and they're going to be starting in the mid 400s, guys. And with Toll Brothers, they have also access to the 60-foot lots. Now, one thing great about Toll Brothers, they're going to be having the high-end features, but they're also known for their customizing options, and their homes at Legacy are going to be perfect for buyers who are going to want an elevated but a design-driven experience. Now, another seller that has just came in, and they bought out Monticello, and they're from Houston. Many people in this area do not know about them yet, but I have seen them over in Houston, what they've done in the Woodlands, and that's going to be Drees Homes. Now, with Drees Homes, they're another semi-custom builder, very similar to Toll Brothers, and they're going to be offering access to plat maps with several adaptable floor plans. Now, one thing I love about Drees, it caters to buyers who want something that feels personal, but it's still within a neighborhood setting at a budgeted price. And one thing I love about this step up and how each builder has its own niche, guys, you can walk in through the community and immediately see the difference of the architectural personalities. And guys, these are not just cookie cutter neighborhood homes. These are homes that are going to add long-term value, because you're going to be able to find move-in ready homes, or you can still pick your lot and build from the ground up. And just having that flexibility makes it appealing, whether you're just relocating or you're just local and just looking for your forever home. Now, what I will tell you is, like, recently, one of my clients that I've been working with just told me they almost skipped touring Legacy of Lake Dunlap because they just assumed that it was just too far out or it's just still under construction and development. But guys, one thing I'll tell you is, like, once they saw it, they were blown away about how quiet it felt, despite being right there on top of Highway 46. Now, guys, they ended up choosing a home on the interior lot because it backed up to the green space instead of to another home. And that's something a lot of buyers overlook. Not all lots are going to be created equal, especially there. And this community actually has a handful of those tucked away spots. They're going to offer you privacy that you're just not going to be able to find in a bigger master plan development that's out there like Mindy or Mayfair. Now, what I would tell you, it's in those little details that makes that neighborhood so special. So people have asked me, what's the lifestyle going to be like once you move in? So that's why I want to go over the amenities and what's still to come. And guys, I'm just going to tell you right off the bat, there is a lot that's still to come, as it's still in its early developmental phases. Because I'll tell you, like, Legacy of Lake Dunlap isn't just about homes. It's going to be about creating a community that's going to be centered around recreation and connection. And what you're going to find is they're going to be building private walking trails that are going to lead right down to the lake, where they're going to have their own beach park and picnic areas. You're going to have pickleball courts. You're going to have playgrounds with grill stations for families. And there's a planned green belt and open space areas that's going to be right there in the middle of the development of the neighborhood. And guys, what I will tell you is everything is designed with that outdoor lake style lifestyle in mind. And look, when everything is complete, I mean, you're going to be able to fish, you're going to be able to paddleboard, or just relax by the water without even leaving your neighborhood. And just because it's still developing, what I will tell you, there's a lot more to come. Expect a continued amenity build out with additional custom home waterfronts and even more trails connecting through the neighborhood. But guys, there's another bonus. Legacy is a gas community that is served by MBU. And look, that may sound minor, but a lot of people I talk to love living and cooking on the natural gas. And so having the gas lines mean that you can enjoy that gas cooking, the heating, but just a more efficient energy overall home, which I think everybody likes saving money, right? And guys, that's a big plus when you compare it to all electric in some of the newer family area developments. But that's also one other thing, because families can appreciate that the neighborhood is going to feed directly into Comal ISD, which, guys, everybody knows. I mean, everybody knows the schools around here, and it has growing facilities nearby. And since this is New Braunfels, you're also just going to be minutes away from all the fun, just tubing in the river, catching live music at the green, or just spending a weekend out there in Canyon Lake. Now you're asking, why would I go out to Canyon Lake if I got Dunlap here? That's a good question too. Now, one thing with Legacy, it's going to put you close to it all, but guys, it's still going to give you that quiet lakeside neighborhood feel. So guys, let's zoom out for a second. Because as you know, I mean, New Braunfels has been one of the fastest growing in cities, not only in Texas, but in the United States for several years now. And I just don't see that slowing down anytime soon, even with current market conditions. And when you look at it, I mean, with that growth, land close to the water or near the major corridors like Highway 46, it's going to become more and more valuable. And that's where Legacy of Lake Dunlap hits a sweet spot, because you're going to be close to major employers, shopping, highways. But guys, you're still going to get some of that sense of retreat as well. But even when you look at that, you got price-wise the mid 300s to the mid 400 range. That gives a lot of buyers a way in the New Braunfels without crossing into that $500,000+ bracket that nobody wants to cross, that so many new construction communities are starting to reach. So if you're thinking about long-term investment, and the restoration of Lake Dunlap has been huge for property values. In waterfront living in that region, it's always in high demand, and that's why this has the chance to be in one of the only new communities that's going to offer it, offering you a lot of value with the price that they're selling the homes at. So who is Legacy of Lake Dunlap perfect for? Guys, let's wrap everything up with that. One thing I'll tell you is Legacy of Lake Dunlap is perfect if, one, you're a first or second time home buyer just looking for quality new construction with great amenities at a good and a valued price. Or maybe you're just a relocator from Austin or San Antonio who wants lake access but still given the small town charm that Green and New Braunfels offer. Maybe you're just a downsizer who just wants space but does not want the maintenance of the acreage living. Or anybody, or just someone who just wants the quiet by the water lifestyle while just staying close to the action. And that's what you're going to get here. You're going to get the convenience of New Braunfels. You're going to get the recreation of lake living. But also the most important thing is, for most people, you're going to get it at a price point that's still approachable, especially compared to what we're seeing in Canyon Lake, off of parts of Bernie, or even off of the Guadalupe River. So if you're looking for homes in a community that combine waterfront charm with modern design and long-term potential, Legacy of Lake Dunlap, it's going to check all the boxes, because that's why I classified this as a hidden gem today, but it's only going to be hidden for so long. And if you'd like to explore the more available homes, tour floor plans, or just get the feel of the area, guys, reach out to me anytime. I'd love to help you out and find the perfect spot here for you in New Braunfels. And hey, most importantly, if you enjoyed this tour, hit that like button and subscribe for more neighborhood spotlights. But most importantly, guys, tell me in the comments, would you like living lakeside of Legacy of Lake Dunlap, or what other communities would you prefer to see?